Welcome back to Info Squad, where information equals freedom. The US government and Hollywood have always been close. Washington, D.C. has long been a source of intriguing plots for filmmakers, and LA has been a generous provider of glamour for the political class.
We've never had a team lose so badly. You're all fired. All four are fired.
But just how dependent are these two centers of American influence? Scrutiny of previously hidden documents reveals that answer is very, very dependent. We can now show that the relationship between U.S. national security and Hollywood is much deeper and more political than anyone has ever acknowledged. It's a matter of public record that the Pentagon has had an entertainment liaison office since 1948. The Central Intelligence Agency established a similar position in 1996. Although it was known that they sometimes request script changes in exchange for advice, permissions to use locations, and equipment such as aircraft carriers, each appeared to largely play a passive and political role. Files obtained mainly through the U.S. Freedom of Information Act show that between 1911 and 2017, more than 800 feature films received support from the U.S. government's Department of Defense. A significantly higher figure than previous estimates indicate. These included blockbuster franchises such as Transformers, Iron Man, and The Terminator. On television, there were over 1,100 titles that received Pentagon backing, 900 of them since 2005. From Flight 93 to Ice Road Truckers to Army Wives. When we include individual episodes for long-running shows like 24, Homeland, and NCIS, as well as the influence of other major organizations like the FBI, the White House, we can establish that unequivocally, for the first time, that the national security state has supported thousands of hours of entertainment. The CIA has assisted in 60 film and television shows since its formation in 1947. This is a much lower figure than the Department of Defense, but its role has been significant. The CIA put considerable effort into dissuading representations of its very existence throughout the 1940s and the 1950s. This meant that it was entirely absent from the cinematic and televisual culture until a fleeting image of a partially obscured plaque appeared in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest in 1959. The CIA soon endured an erosion of public support, while Hollywood cast the agency as villain in paranoid pictures like 3 Days of Condor and The Parallax View. This occurred through the 1970s and the 1980s. When the CIA established an entertainment liaison office in 1996, it made up for lost time, most emphatically on the Al Pacino film The Recruit and the Osama bin Laden assassination movie Zero Dark 30. Leaked private memos from Tricia Jenkins in 2016 and other memos published in 2013 by the mainstream media indicate that each of these productions was heavily influenced by government officials. Both heightened or inflated real-world threats and dampened down government mistakes. One of the most surprising alterations, though, we found in an unpublished interview regarding the comedy Meet the Parents. The CIA admitted it had asked Robert De Niro's character not to possess an intimidating array of agency torture manuals. The national security state has a profound and sometimes petty impact on what Hollywood conveys politically. On Hulk, the Department of Defense requested pretty radical script alterations. This included disassociating the military from the gruesome laboratories that created a monster, and changing the code name from the operation to capture Hulk from Ranch Hand to Angry Man. Ranch Hand had actually been the name of a real chemical warfare program during the Vietnam War. In making the alien movie Contact, the Pentagon negotiated civilianization of almost all military parts. It even removed a scene in the original script where the military worries that an alien civilization will destroy the Earth with a doomsday machine. A view dismissed by Jodie Foster's character as a paranoia right out of the Cold War. The role of the national security state in shaping entertainment has been underestimated and its examination long concentrated in remarkably few hands. The new FOI documents give a much better sense of the sheer scale of state activities in the entertainment industry. But we still don't know the specific impact of the government on a substantial portion of films and shows. The government has been especially careful to avoid writing down any details of actual changes made to the scripts in the 21st century. State officials have described Washington, D.C. and Hollywood as being sprung from the same DNA, and that the capital is just Hollywood for the ugly people. That ugly DNA has embedded far and wide. It seems that the two cities, on opposite sides of the United States, are far closer than we ever thought.